Hello and welcome to Fallout New Vegas Hardcore Roulette episode 24. And today we're going on another journey. This time out of Jacobstown, and we won't return here until quite late on, and that'll be the last time we come here. As for now though, we need to send Rexy home, because unfortunately it turns out the dog was just for Christmas. You've got your new brain, you'll be fine, because you were a good dog. We are going to be going to Red Rock Canyon. There's a few quests in that area, and I think while we're over this area of the map, we may as well go around and do them. Before then, we're going to switch back to our rapid-fire weapon. We're going to have our hollow point ammunition in it. I'm going to try and progress along this road as we came in it. Try not to hit any cazadores. We didn't even see any on the way in, which is quite unnerving. Because I mean, I could be wrong, but I was pretty sure that they can spawn in this area. And now I don't have Rex to protect me. So I need to be doubly careful. But if I try and use the same route that I did to get into this area, I should be fine to get out of it unscathed. Well, that's the plan at least. But it never ends up like that, does it? There's an enemy over that direction. I'm guessing it's probably a bighorn or whatever the other one is that I've already forgot about. Nope, there's mantises. And I'm in danger from them. Let's put the normal ammunition in. Dead. Dead. These are easy, they're just sort of got a slender frame, so they're quite difficult to hit. And what a dodge that was, eh? Seems to be back to detected, and we're not being directly attacked. And we need to be stockpiling ammo for this thing, because we've used so much of it on this journey. Interesting that we found them on the route back to where we came from and not the route up. I'd have thought, because I went on that side of the road, that I'd have found them coming up, but apparently not. Apparently they were just out of reach. But you know, I've just run this road really quickly, and it is absolutely shocking how much quicker I get places when I just charge down the road. It took like probably half of that episode, probably a quarter of the recording time to just go down this road, and it was one of the longest unedited sections because it was quite tense. But I've just run up it this way, and I'm pretty much done it in 5 minutes, if that. Unless there's any danger, I'll see you at the other end, I think. And we are pretty much back in the North Vegas area of the map. That was far less painful than it could have been. We got into and out of Jacobstown without seeing a single cazadore. And now I feel like I'm lying to you. I'm sure they're up there in the mountains, but we just didn't see any. I am so sure that they're there. But I'm so glad we didn't see any. Like, cazadores, nightmares. I want to stay far away from Vault 22, so I think I'll probably be staying on this road and going down until I figure out which turn is best to get into Red Rock Canyon. So, I'm going to go on this side of the road as well, because I'm pretty sure cazadores do spawn nearer to the Vault area there, in this sort of landmass there. So, on the road to Red Rock Canyon, I'm expecting a few things. The first of which is I'm expecting to run into some fiends. I'm expected to have to deal with some of them, because we are in these sort of areas in the west of Vegas, which I believe we took out Violetta and Cook and Driving a Fi, so fiend-controlled areas. But I'd rather face them and be on the human side of things than have to go into fighting cazadores. So I'm probably going to stick close to the road, but not quite on it. I'm going to try and a bit closer to the buildings, if possible. Near the Monte Carlo apartments, I believe fiends and potentially jackals spawn in this area. There's definitely one of the kind of gang that spawns in this vicinity. Aha! I heard something there, and it's a good job I went to look at that mailbox, because let's attempt to disarm that. Bloody hell. That started making a noise, that was going to explode. No, I'm too... I shouldn't. I really shouldn't go in there, but I'm too intrigued now. There was in a booby-trap mailbox. Pip-Boy's not detecting anything. Let's get this on in case there's any mines. I'll take the wasteland omelette. Certainly. I might as well just take the food they've got, really. It's, if nothing else, I'll sell it when I get to Bedrock. There doesn't seem to be anything notable about this place. Is when I'm going to leave here something going to happen? Yes, it's a trap. Aha, I see. So, you get 2 in the head. You get 1 in the head. Oh my god. I just got exploded by something. I'm still alright. I'm back in hidden. Bloody hell. Right. I'm completely hidden. I think it's the mailbox that blew up. I don't think any of them had explosive weapons, but in case there's someone else around, I'm going to take a stim pack and get back on the right way. Shotgun? That's probably what activated the mailbox bomb, to be honest. Probably shot a shotgun at me, and it blew the thing up while they were doing it. I think, honestly, that went about as well as we could have hoped for, being explosives in that there. And it was always a bad idea to go into that house when there was a booby-trapped mailbox right there, but I'm sort of glad we did, just because it would have been annoying me. I wanted to be like, oh, what was in that abandoned house? And we came out of it alive, with barely scathed. I believe that's a fiend. Yeah. Let's get normal ammunition in. Headshots seem to take out fiends when they're sneak attacks. There are 3. What weapons do they have? Rifle. Rifle. They all seem to have rifles, so if I take out the one furthest back and then move, potentially. That might prompt me to caution. Yep. Move this way. Move this way. I'd just rather take them out on my own terms than have to deal with 3 at once. Because they're probably going to try and come at me if I get too close to them. My sneak still isn't very good. Back to hidden. And I missed that shot, I think. That one's down. Very good. Oh, that one's back to caution. As soon as you put that weapon away, you're getting bullseyed. I'll just take you now. Sneak attack, very nice. Oh, there was something there, but I didn't actually read it. Disassembled weapons shipment. I don't know which quest that's for, if it's for an unmarked quest. But I've got a disassembled weapons shipment there, and it's very valuable. Right, we're back underway. Let's carry on moving along. We've looted all we can or all we want to of them. So let's have an investigate along this road again. Yeah, I think I'll take the road, but I'm not really sure on this area. As you can tell, I've played the early game of New Vegas quite a lot, and the main quest line I've rushed through quite a lot, but I've not often played all the side quests. There's some side quests I've never done, and I have been to Red Rock Canyon before, but just not often. I tend to get, with New Vegas campaigns, sort of a bit into them, and then I end up doing something else and drift off them, like with most games. There is a lot of fiends around here. I'm going to take an executive decision to use this side land here, which could mean wildlife, but if I loop around there, that's like 5 or more fiends. So honestly, take the long route. Seems to be avoiding everything. I can't see any geckos up there. Can't see any wildlife apart from that gecko. So I think getting between the fiends and the wildlife was probably the best idea. If I can get back onto the road at the other side of their camp, we might be back golden again. But we should be well on the way to Red Rock Canyon. Now, what dangers are there on the way into here? I mean, potentially a lot. But potentially not a lot. So I think I just need to take things carefully. Nothing has turned up yet that's particularly looking dangerous to me. We're in caution. From what? Young fire gecko. Step backwards slowly. Probably say switch to this. It's not the end of the world if those things see us. I just hope it doesn't, because it would make my life easier. Oh, there we are. Can we get hitting it with VATS? Please be a good rating. No, it's not. 250% chance shots there. One of them should hit. We got it. So, as the other one seeing us, we're in caution. That deals with that quite well. One over there as well, but I think there's someone closer to us that had us in caution. So the answer to what I was saying before, is this town dangerous? Yes. Yes it is. Now half of me says, half of me says I should be taking these out. Half of me says I should be sneaking past. The reason I walked up to this sign is because I wanted to see what it said, but the camera's not letting me look past it. Just Red Rock Canyon, and now we've been seen. Right, great. Got him. Got him. Got him. No worries. Nothing else has seen us. We're good to go. We get between the bighorners and the screw it. The gecko's going down. Goodbye, gecko. I don't want to get near the bighorners because they could be big trouble if they do decide to actually turn on me. I know they're marked in red, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to attack. But they could be trouble. So get the thing that I know to throw it out the way, move past them. Now we're getting quite close to Red Rock Canyon proper, where the Great Khans live. Is there anything in this town that... Ooh. There are vipers. Let's take a wider berth then. I'd rather not mess with them until I need to. Is that what I think it is? That is what I think it is. Oh dear. There's death claws in these hills, there is. Okay, so that took a lot of shots, and that was a young Deathclaw. I be feeling we aren't ready for Deathclaws. Yeah, but I've been flirting with the idea off screen of doing Boone's Quest at Bitter Springs. Okay, right. That's a problem. I've realised I'm going the wrong way, by the way, and it's probably a good job because I've realised which way I was going. That is death right there. But we don't need to go that way. I've just been taking us the wrong way. I missed my turning. Way back there. Way back there. Like an absolute idiot. There's vipers in this area. Let's take them out, the ones that come at me, and take a wide berth around the rest. I just presumed and thought, I know it. I know what I'm doing, and I didn't. Which was silly, really. So it turns out it wasn't the opening over there I needed to go to. That one's back to Good Springs. I can clearly see the big water tower, which should have let me know. But no, I'm not very bright. It's that big opening there. I mean, at least we've killed a Deathclaw today. It might have been a young one, and it might have taken more than a full clip from a hunting rifle. But we've killed a Deathclaw, and we cannot let that, no one can take that away from us. If we died today, we took down a Deathclaw. That's big news. Welcome, everybody, to Red Rock Canyon. You can tell it's Red Rock Canyon, by the way, because of all the red rocks. So here there is a few quests to be done. But we have officially now discovered Red Rock Canyon. Right, so I believe one of the quests is around this fenced area, but it might just be in the day. It might be time for me to get a little sleep while I'm in this area. And resume looking for quests when it is day. I've never been able to figure out how these are supposed to stay shut. They would just flap open, you'd flash everyone. I suppose I could have, nipple tape on. Jerry the Punk.
What do you want?
What are you doing?
Nothing really. Just trying to psych myself up to try my initiation. Again.
You don't sound too eager for this initiation, Jerry.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe I'm not. But what else can I do?
It sounds like you're not actually happy being a Great Khan. Maybe be happy elsewhere.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can find my true calling, someplace they'll appreciate my poetry. Someplace like the old Mormon fort, maybe. Do you think the followers of the apocalypse would take me? I remember all those books they brought us when they visited our tribe.
I could ask them for you.
You'd do that? Thanks. I mean, I'd go myself, but what if they said no? The Khans wouldn't take me back, and then I'd have nobody.
What is the initiation, anyway?
Everybody has to do it. Well, everybody who wants to be a Khan, anyways. They toss you into the ring there and beat on you for a solid minute. If you survive, you're in.
Didn't he just say that he's going to do this initiation again? As in, he's already done it once. He's alive. Surely he should be inducted then.
Sure, maybe not if you're some hulking reprobate like Regis or big to the gills like Jack. I've tried 5 times and still haven't made it.
But how? You should be dead then. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to have a nap. Ooh, I can make Slasher. Oh, that's actually quite good, isn't it? Damage and damage resistance. It's like a Med-X and a Psycho at the same time. Maybe I should look into using that. Bedroll, but it's owned. Probably going to run into trouble looking for somewhere to sleep here. I think most of the bedrolls are going to be owned, if not all of them. I mean, I could just start running into places and asking for the quests. That might be just a better idea, to be honest. So I believe this should be the area where Jack and Diane are, and I can get a quest for them.
You're not one of my regulars. What do you want?
What is it you do here?
We keep the Great Khans from falling apart, essentially. Jack manufactures the chems. I organize the runners and the shipments.
So you're drug dealers?
We're supplying things people want in exchange for things our tribe needs. Don't judge us.
Who do you sell to?
We make regular shipments to a lot of settlements around the Mojave. A lot of our business comes from the fiends lately. Personally, I think they're kind of creepy. But Papa likes the fact they get all hopped up on Psycho and harass the NCR patrols.
Good to know. I've got some other questions.
Like what?
I'm looking to make a few caps, though. Have you got any work?
You look like you could handle yourself in a fix. All right, I'll tell you what. Anders, one of my best runners, is overdue to report back. If you can find out what happened to him, I'll give you some real work.
All right, then. Where shall I start looking?
About 3 weeks ago, I sent Anders southeast to find a route into Arizona to open new markets for our product. He should have been back 2 days ago, but there's been no sign of him.
Okay, I'll be back as soon as I get any.
Thanks. Prove you're reliable on this, and I'll have more for you later.
Let's have a talk to Jack as well.
Whoa, new guy.
It's an impressive setup here. Have you considered making more useful chems?
What do you mean, helpful? My stuff already makes people feel groo-delicious.
Ooh, I'm close on the speech there. I'm looking to make some money, though.
Diane handles most of the transactional elements of this little enterprise, but I'm always in the market for new recipes if you've got the spark.
I've got a few recipes for chems you might want. I could teach you.
Right on. What have you got?
I could teach you how to make Slasher.
Right on. Let's have it.
I think I'll take the caps.
Here's a little tink-tink to weight your pockets.
I'm also going to teach him how to make party time mentats. Please stop saying Grudalicious. Give me some caps, please. And let's teach you how to make rocket.
Grudalicious.
Stop saying that. Caps, please.
Here's a little tink-tink to weight your pockets.
Because now I've got this on, I could say, you've got an impressive setup here. Have you considered making more helpful chems?
What do you...
But think of all the people who overdose on Jet and Psycho. It's bad for your karma.
Oh, you're right. I should start a side project making meds to keep my aura clean.
How's the medical work going?
Already on it. I whipped up a few stim packs already. But if you've got any more recipes, I'll take them.
Oh, I can teach him some more. I can teach him how to make super stimpaks.
Right on. Let's have it.
But I can't yet teach him how to make Hydra.
Gruda.
Very good. I've got some Karma and some Great Khan's Fame. Great Khan's Fame, what I really want. Let's have a quick proper trade with him. So in the end, we're just selling him some ammo we don't want and some other junk. We're buying some medics and some turbo. And that's a good trade for me. So we picked up 2 out of the 3 quests we want to do in this area. And I'm going to try and now pick up the last one, which I believe should be Oh My Papa. Water's at 3:13 because we passed a lot of time with Jack there. Because we taught him about 4 recipes, which passed quite a long amount of time. Right, anyway. This should be the longhouse in question. So, we need to talk, I believe, to Regis in here. Regis, I'm not sure. But we'll have a chat to Papa Khan first.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
Who are you?
You march all the way out to Red Rock Canyon, enter my home as bold as you please, and you have no idea who I am? You've got guts, I'll give you that. I am the chief of the Great Khans. The Khan of Khans, if you like. This is my tribe, and these are my people.
Can you tell me about your people?
You want to hear the story of the Great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal.
Maybe you can give me the short version.
In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The Great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here.
What happened at Bitter Springs?
When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down.
That doesn't sound something like the NCR would order.
Oh, they claimed it was a miscommunication, but tell that to those who saw our families butchered. Tell it to the survivors who were banished here.
Hello, Carl.
Greetings in the name of Kaiser.
What do you think of the Great Khans?
They're a tribe of fine warriors with many proud traditions and a glorious history. They will be worthy additions to the Legion.
And who are you?
My name is Carl. Glorious Caesar has sent me as an emissary to the Great Khans as a token of our alliance. In exchange for Great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas, the Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes.
What does the Legion want with the Great Khans?
Though they have been cruelly oppressed by the NCR, the Khans remain great warriors. The Legion is honored to have such allies in battle.
Okay, so the setup seems to be here. Great Khan hates the NCR, so will work with anyone to get his way and get back at the NCR. But I've got a feeling that Mr. Carl here doesn't actually value these people. Regis, what do you think?
I haven't seen you before. What brings you to the Great Khans?
What's your opinion of NCR?
That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure, and I've gladly killed many of their soldiers in battle. But I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar.
So if you're in charge of the tribe, you'd fight with the NCR against Kaiser if asked?
I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now, and he's not going anywhere. Bitter Springs changed him, though. He started to really hate the NCR after the massacre. And sometimes, I worry that's poisoned his mind.
What do you mean about Papa's hatred poisoning his mind?
Nothing. Forget about it. I shouldn't be talking about this with an outsider.
I've come to ask the Great Khan to break their alliance with Caesar's Legion.
Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you?
Caesar's going to make you slaves.
Ha! The great Khans will not be slaves. Caesar himself has promised us the land from here to the Colorado, and the freedom to raid as we see fit. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan not to join with Caesar's Legion. I'd like to talk to you about that for a moment.
What is it you have in mind?
You want to convince Papa not to ally with Caesar, right? Trust me, you'll get nowhere just talking to him about it. He's fixated on restoring the glory of the great Khans, and he sees Caesar as the path to that restoration.
So, what do I do?
Papa can be a stubborn man, but he's not a tyrant. He listens to his tribe, and to 4 voices in particular. Me, Jack, Diane, and Melissa. If you can convince all of us that allying with Caesar is a bad idea, you might be able to sway him.
Aren't you convinced already if we're having this conversation?
I have my doubts about Caesar, yes, but I won't publicly go against Papa Khan based on nothing more than doubts. I've heard rumors that tribes who aligned with Caesar in the past were torn apart and reduced to slaves. Prove it, and I'll back you.
I'll see what I can do to convince everyone.
Good. Oh, one more thing. Caesar's representative, Carl, has become fast friends with Papa. Carl's the one who has him so fixated on this alliance. You'll probably have an easier time of things if you can find a way to get him out of the picture.
We now have 3 quests from Red Rock Canyon. We have Crimea River, which is talking to the followers of the apocalypse about Jerry the Punk. Abu Dhabi Honeymoon, which is find Jack and Diane's missing drug runner, and the location for that is down at Cottonwood Cove. We have Oh My Papa, which is pretty much around this area, but the problem there is there's a sort of decision in doing this quest at all, because it will affect the final battle. So, me doing this or not doing this is sort of a decision within itself. So, if I don't do anything, then they'll be on the side of Caesar. And that is sort of a decision. So, I'm going to wait until I roll for who I'm doing the ending with. And if I get the Legion, then I probably won't be doing that quest. If I get the NCR, Independent, or if I get Mr. House, I will do that quest. Because then I'll be fighting on the NCR side, at least until one point. Now, however, we can't really do much more in this area. So I think I want to go south and do ED, my love, or finish that quest. Which means going down the road and back through sort of the Sloan area. Now, some of you might have realised what that means, and some of you might think I'm mad. You'd be right, because that means going, at the very least, past Quarry Junction. And that is a scary prospect, because Quarry Junction is filled with Deathclaws, and there is one, at the least, that goes on the road, and is going to be dangerous. The plan is get Edie, finish that mission, get Cass, and take her along to do her mission, and go to Hidden Valley and see what I can do to cash in the quest there. Have a chat to the armourer.
Come to gawk at the great Khans, have you? Fuck off.
So you've been sucked into the decadence of the strip as well, have you?
I'm sure this is a trader, but it's starting to look as if you need to, I don't know, get some fame with the Khans before you're allowed to trade here. We want to get back onto the main road. We don't want to go via this area because that's going to be closer to Quarry Junction. We want to get back the way we came, but a more direct route and not going around the houses. Then we want to travel down the main road until we hit the sort of Black Mountain area, and then we can sort of stick around there and figure out how to dispatch a Deathclaw. But not a young one like we dispatched earlier, a proper, fully fledged adult Deathclaw. Now, I have a question. Are Deathclaws armoured? Do they have any damage threshold? Because most wildlife in this game, the answer to that is no. Yeah, the only other animal I can think of at the top of my head that has a damage threshold and is an animal is... I've just realised I'm not wearing my armour. Haha, that's fun. Yeah, is a giant red scorpion, or normal red scorpions as well. Scorpions. But I'm pretty sure Deathclaws have armour, and the reason that's important is because I want to be using special ammo. Hold up. This is Violet and Violetta's area. And there are plenty of geckos there. I saw, yeah, up there. Did I not, when I took out Violet and Violetta, literally go up that hill? I could have been yeeted by geckos, man. There's about it. Ooh, this area, not even once. I mean, I've done it twice now, and I'm going to have to do it a third time when I do some of the vault stuff, but don't listen to me. That's a fiend. That's a caution. So if I switch to this. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Whoa! That hit some geometry that it shouldn't have hit. How fun. He better not have an explosive weapon. He's dead. Oh, he's not.
You like the sight?
He's not. Well, he is, sorry, but there's another one. At least. Ooh. Okay, 70% shot in his arm. Let's take 3 there, potentially. He might not need them all. We will need them all. All 3 hit. Very nice. There's one more he's coming at us with. Oh, melee weapon.
I'm hit.
I know you hit. Oh, miss. He's down. Oh, another one. Danger. Reload it.
You like the sight
Oh.
of your own blood?
On there with a small knife. Oh well. Where's he going? Oh, what a shot that was, eh? It's a laser RCW he's got. Might just be a laser rifle. This isn't fun, is it? Down.
You like the sight of your own blood?
He's taking a chunk out. Let's just finish off with that. 1 miss. This should be a hit. Come on, 83%. One more, one more. Really? Another one? It's down now, and we're back to hidden. It did take a chunk out of us, so maybe I should have been less lackadaisical about it. Just drink of water, get his health going up, and 2 stim packs. But it was better going this way than it was going and dealing with all the geckos, I think. Probably would have used about the same amount of ammo and less at risk of damage because they don't rush you as much. And the ones that do rush you tend to have terrible weapons. I think we're going to follow this railroad track for a while. We can see a black mountain there. That our destination's in that area. So we're going to stick on this side of the tracks. The weapon just about ready to flash out if I need. Oh, something's shooting. What's going on? Should I be worried? I think it was laser weapon for... Oh. Fire geckos. Proper, fully fledged fire geckos, not just your regular geckos. Not young ones. I think someone might have been killed to them. There's no point alerting them if we don't have to. I think we've just about made it around them. But in about 20 seconds they're going to be the least of our problems. Let's get our armour piercing ammo loaded into this weapon. Oh my god, there's already like 2, 3 and they're right there. Okay, so we're going to strafe along here and panic. How many are there? Is that one as well? This might be, this might be a non-starter. I didn't realise there were this many in this section. I count 4. There's 2 behind that sign at least, I think. There's 2 on the main bit of the road. There's 1 on the left there. That's 5. There's like 5 or maybe even 6. Oh dear. Around the other way we go. Around the other way we go. That is not a risk I'm taking. Not now, not ever. Even with an anti-material rifle, I don't like my chances even at long range with 5 or 6 deathclaws. No way. You know, I always thought, well, I don't tend to come at the south from this angle because I don't have to deal with not fast travel. I usually just, once I've unlocked an area, I'll fast travel to it. So if I'm going into that area, I'll always travel to slow. Oh, the NCR Ranger safe house. Just sort of stumbled upon that. Have I been given a key to here properly? Because it said use key. Can I resupply here? Oh, NCR combat armour. Some power armour. And I've put myself overweight. Oh, there's water there though. I'll take that. Very nice. I just stumbled upon this place and trying to look for other things. I was trying to go through Black Mountain and go through Sloane the other way. I'm glad I found this actually because I forgot about it. Ranger combat armour is a very spicy boy. The Ranger helmet. What is the damage? What's the protection on the NCR Ranger helmet? Just 3. That's a very low. If I got that fixed up, that could be really good. Is it worth keeping though? I'm not sure. It's another 3 damage threshold, and I think I've looked over a 5 to keep this beret before. Maybe I should look into that. I'll make some way and see if I can get it fixed up. I'll get a few hours in sleep. Then I'll wake up, have some food, have some drink, get moving again. After about 6 hours, it should be quite dark, which means I should be able to sneak a little bit better and hopefully get to Sloane and that area. Our rads, just to update you, are on 111. H2O's at 0, food's at 0, sleep's at 2. We are just overweight now. Just deposited some ammo that wasn't worth carrying, and now we're out of here. Okay, so is there a way to Black Mountain from this area or not? Because I was hoping there was, so I could slip past the Deathclaws and just slip straight up to Sloane. Ah, who are you? You're just a ranger, are you? Running back to the ranger place? Okay, didn't need to make me absolutely cack myself, did you? My heart stopped then. I didn't know who he was. Thought it was a Deathclaw for a second. Oh, that's radiation. Please, can we not? Can we not? Thank you. What's that put me on to? 112, I only went up 1, that's not too bad. It's not what I like to see, but it's not too bad. So we've made it into the Black Mountain area. There's probably an easy way to do that, but it's nice to be up higher and have a bit of a better view, isn't it? The super mutants are okay with us now, and it's a good bloody job because I ran straight into them. At least we know that. We know that now. We can take some rads. Aha, good. We can follow the road on Black Mountain around, take as far left as possible, and get into Sloane, which should be a safe area from the Deathclaws. And if we can't, this has been Fortnite Vegas Hardcore Roulette. Thank you and good night. But I feel like we can do it without too much trouble. Does Neil have anything to say, by the way?
Good work, human. Maybe now this place can rest in peace.
Oh, sorry, what will happen to this place now Tabitha's gone?
The future is not written, human, and it is foolish to squint at what cannot be seen.
Neil is really a philosopher. Cut round to the left here. There could be wildlife in this area, but we can deal, we know we can, with rad scorpions. What we can't deal with very well is Deathclaws. And in this area, Deathclaws there are. As we well know when we saw them 5 or 6 on the roads. You know, Hidden Valley's right there, isn't it? First of all, we need to turn in this stage of... which quest is it? Still in the dark. Still in the dark. So, oh, that turned dark very quickly. Oh, that weather effect loaded in very quickly. Are you sure about that? first thing. We should go and turn in that missing laser pistol. Because that was the whole deal. And I went looking for it and did find it. It's been in my inventory for ages. So, Knight Torres.
Have you found it?
Yes, I have. I have found it right here.
Oh, thank God. Hardin was about to start an inquiry into the whole affair, and more than a few heads would have rolled as a result. Since you helped me, I'll tell you what. I work on some of our busted weapons in my spare time, so I have a few pieces that are kept off the books. Here, take this. I hope it comes in handy.
What's she giving me? A tri-beam laser rifle. And some fame. I'm going to be over encumbered now, aren't I? So you better trade with me and you better give me quite a lot of caps. Right, that's all I really want from Knight Torres there. That'll get us 4,007 caps. And we are getting rid of a bunch of stuff we don't want and we're not going to use. So very, very happy with that. The next thing we need to do is actually the next stage of Still in the Dark. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about Knight Hardin, and I will be rolling for that, but just not quite yet. I want to do these missions because I may as well. It feels cheap to just, you know, half-arse it and take the potentially easy option. Like, the Brotherhood still need this information, even if I do switch over, so, you know, it just feels like I'm RPing it a bit more.
Found the missing patrols, or was something else on your mind?
Here are the holotapes.
They were all dead then. I suppose I'm not surprised. We have few friends in the world above, and many enemies. But we must turn our minds to other matters. When I sent out those patrols, I also sent 3 knights out on scouting missions. When the patrols failed to return, we assumed the worst, and sent a single communication to the scouts to hold position and maintain radio silence. I want you to contact those scouts and gather their reports. Like the patrols, they have devices on them that will enable you to track them. When you find them, tell them you're my representative and ask them if the bears are still hunting. That should get them to talk to you.
Okay, McNamara, I will do that. So there is one at the NCRCF, there is one at Nipton, and there's one at Camp Forlorn Hope. The good thing about this quest is that 2 of the things are on my route. Not far off at all. The Brotherhood had Edie, and instead of just saying, "Oh, come back and get it from us," they sent her back to Prim. Which seems like an odd move, but whatever. Oh, by the way, what would we look like with the Ranger helmet on? It takes off all the stuff, but that looks pretty sick, let's be honest. First recon beret, rebreather, sunshades. So, I mean, I think I like it better than the look that I've got currently, but still, it's a better idea to keep on with what I've got for now, at least, since that is quite a low damage threshold and it isn't worth it over the rebreather. Here is a scout, doing a very poor job at blending in, but here he is anyway. All the best still hunting, my friend.
You speak truly, for it is unlikely that an outsider would know both the Elder's name and that passphrase. Very well. I've been observing the penal facility there in the distance for some time now,
Penal.
after having followed some rather disturbing rumors. The facility was run by the NCR for a time, but the prisoners overcame their guards and now use the prison as a base from which to conduct raids. Eventually, the NCR got around to putting the prisoners down, but not until they had wreaked havoc on nearby trade routes. Give this to the Elder. My observations are all within. Perhaps he will have a better idea of what this situation portends.
Hey, Powder Gangers, you should probably, leave this place since NCR taking back over the prison. It's a journey we made plenty of times back in the day, but it's been a long time. We've never looked like this, have we? Oh, well, that's danger, isn't it? No? In what world is that not danger? I mean, sure, we've run into the world's stupidest bloatfly, but if I don't have to get into a fight with a fast-moving enemy, I will take it, absolutely. Sergeant McGee has died. Who is Sergeant McGee? Who's Sergeant McGee? Was he the guy who was running this town from this side. Do I care? I don't think I care. Bye. Did I need a warning about that? Did I need it to flash up saying he's died? I don't think I care. Sergeant McGee has died. Anyway, let's go and get Edie. I think we've just got to level up there as well. Edie, my love, is completed, and we're going to end on a level up. Log off, Edie. We don't actually need you. We can't take you with us, and I'm sorry about that. Level up!
12.
Survival. Hate you. A number between 1 and 14.
11.
No! That's up to 59! We didn't need that! That's one of our highest stats. 11! That's joint with energy weapons. There are no science completely surpasses it. A number between 1 and 13.
7.
This is going to be one of these level ups, isn't it? Melee weapons. Between 1 and 3.
2.
2. So, even if this goes into the perfect skill for me, we're only going to get 1 point going into a skill that I want. Give me a number between 1 and 13.
1.
Barter. I like trading. That could have been worse, I guess. Jesus wept. That is awful, isn't it? Barter up to 40, melee weapons up to 33, survival up to 59. That is utterly awful. Okay, what I'm going to do, just before I end this episode, is I know for a fact that there is a cooking station down at this end of Prim. And I'm going to see if there's anything else unlocked with those 11 points. With stuff I have on me that I can cook. And if there's something nice, maybe that'll sate my sadness. Maybe I'll feel less terrible about that level up. Putting 11 into survival. Let's have a look. There's nothing. Great. Yeah, so looking at those recipes, that level up was bloody awful. And next episode, I need to go and kill a lot of things to make up for it, just to sate my rage. So, this has been Spoken Back and IR with Fallout New Vegas Hardcore Roulette, episode 24. Thank you and goodbye.